Like and subscribe to When Saturdays Come. Up the Blades.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to When Saturdays Go with me, Dry Bry. It's just finished at Bristol City, where the Blades have got half the job done. Bristol City 0, Sheffield United 3. A fully convincing Sheffield United performance. Well managed, well disciplined, well in control of the game after the sending off of the centre half, Rob Dickey. I mean, that's the second time he's got sent off against Sheffield United, and both who deserved to be sent off. It changed the game, obviously. It was a hectic 20 minutes, weren't it? But I don't care. We're 3-0 up. If we throw this away, we don't deserve to go up. We don't deserve to go to Wembley. Nothing. But I think we did a professional job tonight. Chris changed to a 4-4-2 system. He put Cooper in goal. As I predicted, Chowdhury right back, Anel, Robbo and Burrows. Midfield 4 of Brewster, Souza, Peck and Hamer. And up front, Campbell and Moore. Because as we know, we know that Bristol aren't a big side. So they played the two big lads up front, and it worked like a treat, didn't it? I thought Holding might have played instead of one of the Anel or Robbo, but I'm not the manager. We have to go with what Chris says, and it obviously was right. On the bench were Gilchrist, McCallum, Holding, Ohare, Shackleton, Tom Davis, Cannon, and Brooksy, and obviously the subs made a massive difference when they came on as well. We had chances in first half, didn't we? What do you think about that penalty offside goal? I mean, I didn't think Peck looked offside, but the ball was practically in the net. The defender coming in, I can understand both sides of it. I thought it was a bit harsh on Blades. I really do. I've seen that. You'll see them given 9 times out of 10. I think it were a BS decision, a rubbish decision, and I think goal should have stood. But I'm biased a bit anyway, because I'm a Blades fan. Bristol, they only had one real good chance in first half. That blistering shot from Williams, which smashed against the crossbar, were a brilliant effort that way. Campbell should have scored when he was put through. He hit it against the keeper. Kiefer Moore, he was sliding into the back in the middle. He didn't get a connection on it, or couldn't get a better connection on it. He could have made it 2-0, and that was disappointing. But then we got the penalty and the sending off, which obviously changed game. Definitely 100% a penalty. He can feel a bit unlucky, Dickey, for getting sent off, but his last man, he had to go, and letter of the law says if you do that, you get sent off. So it was a right decision by referee at the end of the day. I thought second half, at half time, I was just thinking about how we'd play this, whether we'd go for jugular or we'd play the way we did and be patient and play the ball around and wait for the openings to come. And that's the way we did it, didn't we? We moved them around, we moved Bristol City around, we kept the ball a lot, kept control of the ball, we managed it really, really well. And that's what I suppose that's the way to do it, isn't it? When they make them run around and wait for the openings to come, and they duly come, didn't they? But before that all happened, there were 65 minutes that subs come on. Ohare went off and Campbell went off. Tom Davies come on for Sidney Peck, who got booked, which is a good decision actually. And Andre Brooks came on for Brewster, and it didn't take long, just 7 minutes. Brooksy made it 2-0. Lovely finish at the back post after a couple of dummies from I think I can't remember it. I think Moore was one of them anyway, and he finished it off at back post nicely. And then after 78 minutes, Ohare made it 3-0. Better finish than it actually looked from first. Saw it on TV. Well, I flicked a bit, improvised a bit to make it 3-0. Then game were done. 80 minutes, another sub Holding come on for Robbo, and 85 minutes McCallum came on for Ohare. So I wondered if we'd be jumping by the end of tonight, and we are. I was a bit nervous before it started. I wondered how the game were going to pan out, and I'd have settled for a 0-0 or a 1-0, but to get 3 is just an absolutely fantastic result for us. And we can't throw this away now. I know Chris Wilder's already alluded to it. It's half a job done. It's half time. It's 3-0. They've got nothing to lose whatsoever now, Bristol. They'll throw men forward at it. We can be patient and pick them off as we please now. We just control the game as best we can. We've no need to do anything stupid. We've got to be disciplined. Just do everything, or do the job. Just do exactly the same job that we've done tonight, and manage game in a professional way. And put it to bed, and then we can all enjoy a trip to Wembley. Great result. I'm absolutely over the moon. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't tell you. It's 10:30 now. So it's absolutely one foot in at Wembley, aren't we? So great performance, great result. I've got nothing but praise for the team tonight. They were well organised. They had a game plan. It worked beautifully all the way through. I listened to Callum Ohare's at the end of the day. They had a plan and it worked fantastically well. Exactly how Chris Wilder wanted to play it out. So finishing that, I've got all the goals on, and I've got the Chris Wilder interview and all the rest of it to follow me after this. So thank you for watching. As always, we're nearly at that 1,000. We need 12 more people to subscribe to the channel, and we've got that 1,000. And so I can't tell you to everybody, thank you for liking and subscribing and all your comments. It's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, we're going to have more content now for the home game on Monday. Hopefully, then we'll play. I'm going to watch the Coventry Sunderland game tomorrow, and then we'll see how that pans out. And then we'll be organising, hopefully, fingers crossed, we get to Wembley and we finish the job off as Chris and the team wanted to do that. And I know they were up for it. I spoke to someone on Sunday at the Player of the Year Awards, and I know they were bang up for it, all of them. And they proved it tonight. So, thanks for watching. What day is it today? I can't remember what it is. Thursday, isn't it? I'm losing track. The excitement. So I'll load it up as soon as possible. Enjoy the weekend. We've got a great weekend. We look forward to Monday night. Up the Blades, and I'll speak to you it might be before Monday, it might be Sunday if there's another presser or something like that. So I'll speak to you soon. Up the Blades, Bristol City 0, Blades 3, half time. We're going to Wembley. Come on!
Much of the season, they spent 143 days in the automatic spots, but eventually had to settle for third. 9 times they've got to the pass, 9 times they've lost. 2 up top tonight, Tyrese Campbell and Kiefer Moore, both stuck.
Chris, in terms of your team options up front, you've gone with Kiefer Moore alongside Tyrese Campbell. Do you expect that to be a conventional too? What are you looking for?
I'd like it to be, yeah. We've got all sorts at the top of the pitch. We've got somebody who can be a physical presence and somebody who can run down the side, so we've got decent options there.
In terms of the mindset for this one, obviously it's a 2-legged game, but are you looking to achieve something in particular from tonight?
We won't change our approach to every game that we've played, which is go try and go and win the game in football. We're going to have to suffer at times because they're a decent side, especially away from home, but we like to think we can cause them a few problems as well.
Reasonably quick turnaround from the weekend as well. What sort of shape are your squad in?
Yeah, I'm going to be positive about it, aren't I? Of course I am, because they're in a good place. I've talked about it. I was resetting pretty quickly after the Burnley game, and the boys have been great. The 2 results were really important for us. Away win at Stoke and a win-draw at home to Blackburn. A lot of good things even come from that game as well. So yeah, we've rested players, we've gave players vital minutes, and we're ready to rock and roll.
It's a unique challenge, isn't it? As well as the physicality of it, it's a real mental challenge this with the playoffs.
And what about 46 games in the Championship? That's quite mental at times, isn't it? I've seen this year. So we've got an experienced group. There's some big players in there as well that we'd like to think that can rise to these type of occasions as well. The likes of Amer and Campbell and Kiefer Moore. They've all played in really big games, played in World Cups, played in player finals, played for the country. So this is where we need to come to the fore. We've got a good group. We put together a good group to start the season. They've gone ever so well this year. We understand the challenge now. First and foremost is to overcome a really talented side.
When you talk about those qualities they've got, do they do a lot of the work for you in terms of managing the dressing room and holding each other to account in a way?
Well, yeah, that's it. In the ideal world, you'd like that to be. We've talked about it at length. I've talked to you about it. You know, it's our first season. It's 8 months into this group as well. So I'm learning about the players, you know, right the way through this period as well. And I'll learn a little bit more over these next 2 games, and hopefully in a positive way.
And what sort of challenge do you expect Bristol City to pose to you?
Well, good on record, and some talented players, some technical players. The Shapes and all could want to play against. We need to get that right. We didn't at our place for 20-25 minutes. We did after half time, and disappointed in that home game that you know, so we can see the last minute equaliser. But listen, to get into the players, as I said, Johnny, you know, every team's done a lot of good things to earn the points that, you know, represent and gives them an opportunity of getting the big prize, and we're no different to Bristol City.
Really appreciate your time. Thank you.
You know, we kind of knew we'd cement the playoff, so it's just been getting ready for that really. You know, 2 tough games coming up, and we're down to the final day to see who we're getting more excited to play them.
Above Bristol City as well. Is there a sense that what might have been can be translated into a real positive and something that can motivate you going forward now into these playoff games?
Yeah, definitely. I think we finished in 3rd place, so we're looking at ourselves as the 3rd best team in the league. We were just short, so yeah, being the 3rd best team in the league will definitely fill us.
Can you feel?
The lane will be full a week later as well. It sort of gives it all that sense of occasion, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, every year you watch the playoffs, don't you? Whoever's in it, you're always watching, and there's just big games that where the money is at the end of the day for the club games, and it's just a good experience all around, full stadium, night-time kick-off, which will be 2 decent games under the lights, and yeah, really excited for it.
Larry is a keeper who likes to try and command his box. Retreats now as Robertson sends that in. O'Leary.
Oh, yes! Come on!
Bristol City complaining, and now the flag is
Oh, offside.
and the goal ruled out.
Well, this is why they've got the headsets on. Because first of all, the assistant referee will identify, is anybody in an offside position? The answer was yes. And then they've got to work out, well, is that person having an impact and interfering with play? And they've decided between them that the answer is yes. And that is a real let-off for Bristol City. Let's have a look.
Oh, no wrong with that.
Campbell heads the ball in, but it's CITY3-0. Now he's offside, and basically what Bristol City is saying is that stops Jason Knight from being able to hook this clear look. Let's have a look. Would he have got there?
No.
Probably would, you know.
United since making the loan switch in January from Leicester.
Go on.
Kiefer Moore. Put down
Come
on
on.
the here.
Penalty! Penalty!
And the referee has pointed to the spot. It's a penalty for Sheffield United.
Have he sent him off? Come on!
Rob Dickey is sent off. He knows that feeling.
The penalty that you didn't get sent off. But there, look, he actually gets a foot on the ball. I think
He's seen red again against Sheffield United.
argue that he had a hold of him, and that wasn't an attempt to play the ball. And we
Yes! Come on!
Sheffield United, who almost made it to the top of the Championship mountain, start the climb again. No messing about from Harrison Burrows. Big moments at Ashton Gate.
Well, it's more than a penalty, isn't it? It's more than a goal. It's the whole ramification. Harrison Burrows, you were never, ever in any doubt that he was going to put this penalty away.
We found him, Ollie Blaster, in the away end, amongst the 2,000 fans gathered here tonight, backing Sheffield United. And he's joining in. Took us a while to marking on instructions, wanting Sheffield United to try and move the ball quicker. And they've worked it well here.
Come on!
It's
Yes! Come on!
a substitute again. And that's his biggest moment yet.
Yay!
Some celebration And Sheffield United, who in the past have been weighed down by the pain of playoffs past, are determined to end the pain this time. They have a 2-goal advantage in the first leg at Ashton Gate.
Well, honestly.
As it's not overhanging the corner quadrant, that end of the pitch, the Sheffield United fans will not be drawing the referee's attention to it. Easy for me to say. Palmer, another deep delivery. So
Yes!
by Callamo.
Come on!
Well, Sheffield United are messing about. The first way to go up is gone. The best way to go up is still open to them. And they, tonight, are taking Ashton Gate for the second time this season.
Well, I said when they came on, they've been sent on for a reason to inject more urgency. Brooks and O'Hare, not only have they done that, they've both scored crucial goals. And you really do feel that is most likely going to be that in terms of this tie. I think Liam Manning's going to be a little bit disappointed. I said about the dismissal of Rob Dickie. They lose an aerial challenge and get the contact. Look at that for improvisation. It's brilliant, actually. It's a lot better than it looked live. Watch Michael Cooper. There it is. There it is.
A brilliant flick from Callum O'Hare. Great presence of mind to do what he did, but he's capable of that. Well, Sheffield United are not weighed down by history. They want to write their own history. It's what Chris Wilder does. The playoff pain started against Bristol City back in the 1980s. Tonight, that may well be part one of Bramall Lane, but they'll leave Ashton Gate here. Bristol City with a 3-goal deficit tonight. Callum O'Hare's wonderful flick scored the third for Sheffield United. The big moment, though, in the first half, Rob Dickie's red card, hauling down Keeper Moore. He was red carded, penalty for Sheffield United, which was slammed home by Harrison Burrows. There's a little bit going on down there. Then the second came from Andre Brooks 5 minutes after he came on as a substitute. And then that fabulous flick from Callum O'Hare to make it 3-0 for Sheffield United, who will take a 3-goal advantage to Bramall Lane for the second leg at the Steel City. Don, your thoughts?
Well, I didn't arrive here expecting this scoreline. I mean, it wouldn't have been the biggest surprise in the world had Sheffield United won. It wouldn't have been the biggest surprise in the world if Bristol City had won. But obviously a huge moment at the end of the first half has proved absolutely pivotal. And ultimately, you've got to credit Sheffield United because they got the job done. There was a period in the second half I wondered whether they were going to take advantage of having an extra man. In the end, they absolutely did, and they're all but there.
And Chris Wilder Monday, but right now, Sheffield United, without Ollie Arblaster, who's in the away end watching, have 1 foot in the final of the Championship playoffs, maybe even more than that. It's finished at Ashton Gate, Bristol City 0, Sheffield United 3.
Been more impressed, thank you.
Yeah, really happy with that. Obviously it's the first leg, so it's not job done yet, so we're going to work hard over the weekend, and yeah, going into Monday we're in a strong position.
What do you feel really worked about your game plan tonight?
Oh, we mastered the game plan that the gaffer was going through all week to a T, I think. Everyone's spot on tonight.
Any nerves about that penalty?
Nah, I'm always confident when I'm stepping up. Always know where I'm going to go, and yeah, full of confidence.
Callum, you were one of a triple substitution that made a real difference. What was the message from the manager when he came on?
Just to carry on what the boys have started, really. Obviously, I know they had 10 men, so if we could put a bit more pressure on them and, you know, create some chances, they do that. But mainly just to do what the boys started, and yeah, I think we did that when we came on.
Yeah, do you feel the game was perhaps drifting just slightly when you came on and you needed to add that extra impetus?
Yeah, I think we just needed a little bit of a kick. You know, we had a lot of the ball, but we didn't really make enough chances for obviously having a man more. And we wanted to make sure we went into the next leg like with a decent lead, so we've done that tonight, and yeah, on to the next.
It's a huge lead, isn't it, Harrison? What's going to be the mindset now going forward?
I think take the game as a 0-0. Don't take it as anything else. Go into the game obviously with confidence because we are 3-0 up, but yeah, half a job done, and yeah, we're looking to get that.
It's a testament to the mentality and the physicality of your team, Callum, that you were able to do this tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, the boys know what we've got in the change room. The fans definitely do. I mean, we've missed out on automatic promotion and 2 teams got 100 points. So obviously we're gutted, but we have to put that to one side and we've got a job to do now and hopefully we can join them.
Well, a great team performance. Lots of performances out there that could have won the player of the match, but Harrison, you are the winner. Cal, will you do the honours?
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, job done in the first leg for Sheffield United. Winning at Ashton Gate by 3 goals to 0. Their away fans behind us, reluctant to go high.
Yeah, I think the game was going to be the game that we expected, especially from the off. Vociferous, passionate home crowd, you know. Incredible achievement on Saturday by them to get into the playoffs. So we've seen all that. It was obviously a different game on Saturday. So I knew they'd come flying out the traps as well, and they did. So getting through that sort of period was good. Wasn't a massive amount of clear-cut chances from their point of view. They had maybe control of the ball better. We've had a couple of chances, really good chances. Thought we'd got our noses in front with the goal. Not so sure. I've got to say, honestly, I've not really looked at it closely or back. But City says his ball's gone in the back of the net, not really done anything to sort of hamper anybody. And then, yeah, of course, there is a big turning point in the game. But we knew we'd be good on transition and counter-attack. A bit disappointing from Tyrese. I think he should score and Keeper should score as well. But to get that first goal away from home and obviously go down to 10 men puts us in a good place.
Yeah, Liam's been in here and said that he thought it was an error from the referees. That's been agreed with in terms of the penalty.
I don't think he made an attempt to play the ball. He just dragged him back. And he did mention about the penalty, the 2 penalties at our place in the last minute. Listen, it's an emotional game. You know, we from our point of view in the first game, you know, I asked for the observations on 2 penalties, one on Harrison. They said it's not a penalty, and he said the second one was. So we had to suffer then, dropping 2 big points. So yeah, I understand, but yeah, of course it swings the game in our favour. But then there's still a job to do. What shape they're going to come out at? What's their approach? They sat in, obviously brought Sinclair, Armstrong onto the pitch. They sat in, and then we had to find those moments and still be diligent in our work defensively. I've got to say, I don't really remember any sort of actions to my right where I thought that they had an opportunity of scoring. Play was to my left. Made a couple of substitutions just to sort of freshen it up, and obviously great goal from Brooksy and Callum getting on the end of something has made it a good night for us. But I think you've seen the attitude before the game, seen the attitude. You know, I respect the game too much, respect the opponents, the manager, their players too much, their football club too much to know that, you know, even at the end, get the players off the pitch. We've got to get back to Sheffield, we've got to recover, we've got to reflect on the game, and we've got a big night ahead of us on Monday night, and we've got to go and do a job, a professional job like we've done tonight.
As I said, the celebration at the end, what like celebration? The
Yeah.
response at the end was deliberately muted, wasn't it? Because the message from you is
100%, no job done. You know, our fans were great all evening. Their fans were really good. Gave their team incredible amount of energy. After you know, for the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. For me, our fans have got to do the same for now for our players, 100%. Job not done. We need their energy. I think we deserve a full house at Bramall Lane. You know, it's pretty difficult, prices of tickets and whatever, and I totally get that. I think maybe from above there should have been maybe a number put on them, so you know there was. But the players deserve it. They put a lot of effort into the game tonight, and they deserve, in my opinion, the energy that Bristol City supporters gave their team tonight.
Yeah, it's finally just Andre Brooks there. He's got a habit, hasn't he, of coming out and making an impact. That must be a great thing for you as a manager.
Yeah, you know, Rian did a great job for us out there. I thought that was the best team to start, you know, just said on the interview to Sky, I don't think it's old school. You know, we knew they were going to come and press us, and they were going to be on top of us. So we go a little bit longer and into the front men. Front two, I thought, caused them problems all evening. I thought Ty got in. As I said, he'd be a bit disappointed that he's not scored. But Kiefer was an handful, physical, linked it, Ty ran down the side. And we don't offer an opportunity for them to go and press the life out of us. Even though they're a good technical side, they're really good, and they had a lot of the ball in good areas. It's a risk and reward from their point of view, and from our point of view, it's the way we set up to try and get a result. Apart from the boy in the bar with a tremendous effort from distance, there wasn't any really clear-cut chances from their point of view. I think we had the better chances, but of course the talking point is going to be the sending off. But we still had to do a job, and we still had to put them to bed. In terms of tonight being clinical and making sure that we were concentrating in terms of the diligent work that we had to do defensively.
Chris, before the game you were very keen to sweep away the negativity about Sheffield United's record in the playoffs historically. Your team didn't play like a team who were in any shape or form bogged down by history, were they? It was an assertive performance.
Yeah, well they shouldn't be, because I think one of the games where I was at, I don't think half of our players were born. So there's been history, but there's been history attached to Newcastle, and they go and win at Wembley. I said before, the club's going to be here for another 150 years, and there's going to be a playoff campaign where they come through it and be successful. So, you know, that's not attached to us. I think the local guys in the press have mentioned that. It's only some old supporters that sort of bring that up. And we're here to make new memories, and our journey's been a good one from 2016. But so long I've been really consistent with it. You know, I've not looked too far ahead, because you can't do. And as I said, I've been in the game far too long to know that even now, where everybody will be thinking that's job done, it isn't job done. The players have got to produce another really professional performance. They've got to compete. They've got to run around, because you know they've got nothing to lose. They had nothing to lose tonight. They'll come to Bramall Lane and everybody be writing them off, and that's a dangerous situation for us to be. We won't shortcut in anyway. We've got to go absolutely full tilt at this game, and as I said, hopefully we'll be back by 29,000-30,000 Sheffield United fans, and giving us the energy that their supporters have gave their players tonight.
Chris, how difficult was the balancing act in the second half to obviously push on your advantage with that left-hand card?
Well, we thought the game would come to us if we moved the ball quickly, move the ball side to side. There was a couple of times I was a little bit frustrated where we tried to force the issue, but we knew that, you know, as the game goes on, we have to make sure that out of possession we're really good. You know, the most dangerous part of the game sometimes is when you're in possession and you're not disciplined in your approach. So we have to make sure we got that balance right. But we would open it up, and we have got players that can open it up. If you just do the simple things, when we try to do the complicated things, then we gave the ball back and it turned it over, and it was easy for them. But when we did the simple things, we kept it moving and kept moving them and built momentum and found those opportunities. We've got good players that can capitalise on that. It was a great bit of play for our second goal, Gus, in combination with Gus and Harrison, and obviously the third. Great delivery in, alive in the box. And to get that third goal was really good.
And how important was the Stoke game in terms of being able to try Tyrese and keep it together from the start? And did you do that with one eye on the possibility you might play Bristol at some point?
Well, no, we didn't know what could have happened. Anything could have happened on last Saturday, right up to the end. So no, there was nothing in that. The biggest thing was to get back to winning ways at Stoke. You know, I thought the performance at Burnley was pretty strong. We conceded some poor goals, but you know, it wasn't one-way traffic against a team that's, as we all know, got 100 points and not conceded that many goals and not got beat for 6 months. But I thought it was a strong performance. But we were back to our old self. We were competitive. We played when we had to, and we tried to win the game of football. And it was really important, Stu. The last two games were right up there, giving minutes to players, of course, to rest players that needed to be rested, but to make sure that we were really positive in our approach at Stoke and at home to Blackburn. I was delighted with our performance on Saturday. I think we did enough to win that game of football, to get into the 90s as we talked about. But the reaction from Burnley has been really good by the players. There's been a real energy and a real focus about their approach to everything, whether it's coming to work, whether it's the training sessions, and maybe the advantage of resetting pretty quickly, getting his heads around what we needed to do was good for us and good for everybody. But we've still got to go and do the job tonight, which we have done.